This video is about value and reference parameters in C++. A method has a job to do and it operates on data. A well-designed method will only have one job to do, for example to add two numbers together. For a method to do its job, sometimes it needs data, and parameters are used to pass that required data to the method. Parameters can be passed in C++ either by value or by reference. A value parameter is simply a copy of the data that has been passed to it. So in this example, where we have the main method and method m has got a single parameter called p1. Let's see what happens as this code executes. First of all, the variable num is declared and initialized to the value 5. And if we were to output that value, we would see the value 5. Then when method m is called and num is passed as the parameter, a copy of the value of num is made and the parameter p1 is created and is given the same value as num. Then when we execute the statement inside method m, p1 is doubled. When we return to the place where method m was called, then the copy of the data is lost because the parameter no longer exists now that the method is finished executing. And so when we come to output the value of num again, num has not been changed because method m has been operating on the copy. Now let's look at what happens when we use a reference parameter. A reference parameter is made simply by putting an ampersand in front of the parameter name, which turns parameter p1 into a reference parameter. Let's see what happens when the code executes. Num is created and initialized to 5, and its value 5 is output. Now, when method m is called and num is passed as the parameter, this is a reference parameter, so therefore p1 is a reference to the original data. Now when the statement in method m executes, we're doubling the value not of a copy, but of the original num, which changes num to 10. Now when we return from the method and the reference parameter is lost because the method has finished executing, when we output the value of num, we get the value 10. That is the difference between passing reference parameters and value parameters.